Welcome back, my dear children, to the fourth part of today's session from the chapter Thermodynamics. In this module, let us discuss about a reversible cyclic process such as in Carnot's cycle. A Carnot engine is a theoretical thermodynamic cycle proposed by Leonard Carnot. It gives the estimate of the maximum possible efficiency that a heat engine can have during the conversion process of heat into work, and conversely working between two reservoirs can possess. A Carnot engine is named after the scientist Carnot. It is a reversible heat engine operating between two temperatures. It has a maximum efficiency which no other engine can have. That is, it is an idealized heat engine. Now let us see the cycle of processes in a Carnot engine. The basic function of any heat engine is that it will take heat Q1 from a hot reservoir at a temperature T1 and give heat Q2 to a cold reservoir at temperature T2. As the system is absorbing heat, so it is in thermal expansion. The engine absorbs heat Q1 at a temperature T1 initially. Next, an adiabatic process takes place inside the engine, because of which there is increase in temperature of the engine from T1 to T2, but here there is no flow of heat. After these two expansion processes, as system is releasing heat, so it is in thermal or isothermal contraction. In this process, the engine releases a heat Q2 at a temperature T2. After that, an adiabatic process takes place, which is an adiabatic contraction, and it takes the temperature of the system from T2 to T1. So in one cycle of Carnot engine, we have isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal contraction, and adiabatic contraction. Since this is a cyclic process, it keeps on repeating. This is the PV diagram for an idealized Carnot engine. So you can see from the figure, the process from 1 to 2 is isothermal expansion, 2 to 3 is adiabatic expansion, 3 to 4 is isothermal compression, and 4 to 1 is adiabatic compression. So let us discuss in detail about these four processes. So in isothermal expansion, a heat Q1 supplied from a hot reservoir to the gas results in isothermal expansion. Hence, the gas changes its state from P1V1T1 to P2V2T1. In this isothermal process, internal energy remains constant, and therefore the heat supplied is converted into work. It is given by W1 to 2, which is equivalent to the heat absorbed Q1, which is equivalent to mu RT1 log V2 by V1, which is the equation for work done in an isothermal process. The second process is adiabatic expansion. So to complete the cycle, we need to change the path of the gas. So, it is possible by obstructing the supply of heat and changing the temperature. Hence, the temperature is changed from T1 to T2. In adiabatic expansion, the increase in volume results in a fall of temperature to T2. Thus, during adiabatic expansion, the gas changes its state from P2V2T1 to P3V3T2. So, the work done during this process is given by W2 to 3 is equivalent to 1 by 1 minus gamma into mu r T1 minus mu r T2, which is the work done in an adiabatic process. The third process is isothermal compression. During this process, the gas releases heat Q2 to the cold reservoir, which is at the same temperature of T2. Hence, the state of a gas changes from P3V3T2 to P4V4T2. During this process, work is done on the gas by the surroundings. The work done is given by W3 to 4 is equivalent to Q2, which is the amount of heat released to the cold reservoir, which is equivalent to mu r T2 log V3 divided by V4. Now the last process to complete the cycle is adiabatic compression. So the cycle is completed by adiabatic compression by doing work on the gas till the state gets changed from P4V4T2 to the initial state P1V1T1. Hence, the work done during this process is given by W4 to 1 is equivalent to 1 by 1 minus gamma into mu r T1 minus mu r T2. The total work done in a Carnot cycle is given by W is equivalent to W1 plus W2 minus W3 minus W4. The last two processes are negative since the work is done by the gas, which is equivalent to nRT1 log V2 by V1 minus nRT2 log V3 by V4. Here W2 is equivalent to W4, as you can see from the equations. Hence, the efficiency of the engine eta is equivalent to work output by heat input, that is W divided by Q1, which is 1 minus Q2 by Q1, which can be written as 1 minus T2 by T1 into log V3 by V4 divided by log V2 by V1. Since the points B and C lie on the same isothermal, P1 V1 must be equivalent to P2 V2. Also, P2 V2 raised to gamma is equivalent to P3 V3 raised to gamma. Also, P3 V3 is equivalent to P4 V4 and P4 V4 raised to gamma is equivalent to P1 V1 raised to gamma. Multiplying the four equations, we get V3 V4 is equivalent to V2 V1. Substituting this value in the equation for efficiency, we get eta is equivalent to 1 minus T2 divided by T1. This is the equation for efficiency of a Carnot cycle. Hope you might have got an idea about Carnot cycle and an equation for its efficiency. Thank you, dear students.